And I was just on a little nightly deal, if I worked, I got paid at that time. But the problem was, they wasn't booking me that often, so it'd be lucky if I get a couple of bookings a week, so my pay really wasn't doing too well. So Terry Taylor he said, well, you need to go talk to Eric Bischoff about a contract. So I said, okay, I'm not very good at that kind of thing. I'm not a good talker. I'm not a good negotiator. I'm just not good at that. I'm just an old country boy. So, Eric was in his trailer at the place there, and I went and knocked on his door, went into his trailer, and I introduced myself and whatever. But then I said, I would like to talk to you about, possibly getting on a contract here. I'm on a small nightly deal, but I'm just not making money. I would like to have a little contracts, to take care of myself and my family. And, I just went out there and I put Hogan over for you guys right in the middle with no questions asked and no problems, and I'll do that for anybody, but I want to be taking care of myself. And he kind of looked at me all crazy, like, I don't know, man, like he got into almost like a fighting position, karate position. And he says, well, we don't do things like that in this company. And I got a little, kind of hot at him. And I said, what do you mean you don't do things like that? You got guys on contracts here making, $150,000 that can't lace their boots up, but you don't do things like that. I mean, I'm not asking to break the company. I don't want Sting money or Hogan money. I just want to be taken care of, just a contract. We don't do that here, but I'll tell you what, I'll talk to Kevin Sullivan about it and see what we can do. Now get out of here. So, you want to punch the dude right in the face, but what's that going to get you arrested, right? So, but I left and then, went home, and I never got a formal notice. I just wasn't booked anymore. So obviously, Eric Bischoff, I got word later that he didn't like the one man gang gimmick. He didn't like, the way I wrestled or anything. So, so that was pretty much the end of that. He didn't even know I was in the company. I was in Atlanta I had to fly from Baton Rouge, and then I go through Atlanta to go to wherever they were going on tour. We were all at the same little podium in Atlanta checking in. And he saw me standing there, and he comes up to me and goes, one man gang, questioning it, one man gang. I said, yes. He says, well, what are you doing here? And I told him, I said, I work for this company. And he goes, what? He was like all surprised. He says, how long has that been going on? And, I told him, I was U.S. champion. Whatever. He was totally shocked. He had no idea I even worked for the company. So that was the end of my career.
Your story is almost exactly the same as the one Kamala told me. He was on that same nightly deal, and then when he approached Bischoff about a contract because he was not making any money too, not being booked that often, Bischoff snapped off on him and he quit basically over that. So almost the exact same story as you. Yeah. But it's funny, some of the guys that were under contract that they hardly even used.
Exactly.
Like I recently,
guys, can't even lace their boots up correctly, and they making $150,000. I mean, it was just obvious. And he's telling me they don't do that, but yeah, they did do that with everybody. Basically, it's just I just wasn't in the clique. That was the big thing. I wasn't in the Eric Bischoff clique, or I wasn't in the Hogan clique, or the Diamond Dallas Page clique. They all had cliques. If you was in one of their cliques, you could get the big you could get a decent contract and stick around for a couple of years. I wasn't a hangout type person, go to bars and hang out with them and all that. So I wasn't in the clique. So it just didn't they didn't want to use me.
Yet they had Ice Train under contract, who nobody remembers.
Exactly. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.